This week, just one floor below the legendary Studio 54, a new nightclub is opening with the help of theater legend Patti LuPone.
Don't cry for me, Argentina.
Being held as, quote, Broadway's living room, 54 Below will combine performances from Broadway's biggest names with a night of fine dining. Featuring the likes of Ben Vereen to Brian Darcy James, there truly is no better way to set off the new age of Studio 54 than with the incomparable Patti LuPone.
The incomparable, and here she is, looking magnificent. You should wear this color more often.
Well, thank you.
Ooh,
thank you very much. You both look beautiful yourselves.
And you kind of match us.
We kind of match.
Kind of match. So, listen, you've got a big night tonight, too. Before the Studio 54, below 54, you're performing for the president. 2 presidents tonight?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, President Obama and President Clinton. And it's a fundraiser, and it's at the New Amsterdam. And Audra's singing, and Mandy is singing, and Stockard is speaking, and Angela's speaking, and it should be a very exciting night. George C. Wolfe is putting the whole thing together.
And what are you singing?
I'm singing Everything's Coming Up Roses and Happy Days Get Happy with Audra.
Oh, that's
I love that.
so sweet.
No,
So
we
great.
just watched a whole package about Studio 54. I obviously wasn't born back then.
Oh,
but
really?
It was one of my favorite things about that era. Did you ever go to Studio 54?
Absolutely. Well, it actually shut down just about the time I got to New York, so some of the first stories I did were on the premise of watching it in its final days.
And now, Patty, I'm sure you've been.
Well, I did Evita at the Broadway Theater, which is on the corner of 7th or Broadway and 54th. Studio 54 was just down the block. I went once. I was totally intimidated, and I never went back. But I went to Area, Tunnel, the Underground.
So you did the whole loop.
I've been, since I've lived in New York, I went to clubs. There was Cheetah on Broadway, Undine by the 59th Street Bridge.
I love this.
Electric Circus down in the East Village. And then the disco came in. That was discotheques where there were usually live bands. Then disco came in. And that was all those clubs. But there was something about Studios 54 that was a little intimidating.
It was intimidating because I went there as a little girl, or not a little girl, but a young woman moving here from Iowa, of all places. And I remember going there going,
so did the doorman, do they have to pick you? They had, right? That was the rumor that
you know, all I remembered was being inside, and it was on the floor that was so crowded, and there was a balcony, I believe, with tons of people either dancing or it was very decadent.
Wow.
Not that I objected to the decadence, because not at all. But I listen to me. That's the way I was.
Look at yourself.
It was an intimidating place, and I don't know why it was intimidating, and Tunnel or the Underground wasn't. But Studio 54 was.
I think it was maybe because of the crowd that was in there, too, because anybody who was anybody was there at the time.
You couldn't see them. First of all, they were in the VIP room, and the place was so packed that you were, squished on the dance floor with all, like a trillion people.
I don't believe you didn't stand out for 1 minute.
Yeah,
I'm not
I don't
buying
either.
that.
I'm sure you were in the VIP room.
But this place where 54 Below is, I saw Douglas Carter Bean the other day, and he said this is where they had the sex. And then Jerry Sachs, I saw them both together, and Scott Whitman told me that Steve Rubell used to have the money, all the money, in duffel bags in the ceiling.
What? You're kidding.
This place is amazing.
So we're in the basement.
Look and make sure it's not still
nothing's there. But so we're in the basement of Studio 54, where they also did the drugs. So it was the sex and the drugs, and the money was in the roof.
Right above it.
In the ceiling.
All the good things in one place.
Just about
and if you saw a
everything
picture of
was
it, it's so beautiful. What Richard Frankel, the Frankel producer group, has done. It looks like it's been there forever, and what it harkens back to is a time when New York City had supper clubs.
Right.
Not, and Feinstein's is great and Carlisle's great, but they're attached to hotels. This is a destination, and you go downstairs. You go down the stairs. It's like a speakeasy.
You're going to be there for 2 weeks.
I'm there for 2 weeks. I'm opening the club. The official opening, I think, is the 13th, but we actually start tomorrow, and it's very exciting. It's very beautiful, and it's glamorous.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
is.
We've lost a little bit of glamour in this city.
I know.
Well, you're here to personally bring it back.
Exactly.
Have you been to see the revival of Evita?
No, I haven't seen it. I just got back into town. I just got back into town to start this because I've been with my family on vacation in South Carolina at our house down there.
And really quickly, the Tonys are this weekend.
Yes.
Any favorites? Any predictions you're willing to give
and I
us?
just actually started to see a few things, and I loved Porgy and Bess and Audra. She's a goddess. And I saw the Caretaker at The Caretaker at BAM, which was excellent. Jonathan Pryce is brilliant. And I saw The Closing Night of Death of a Salesman. I haven't seen the ones actually that have been nominated.
Oh, well, you better get busy, girl, because you got too much to do.
I know, and I want to see it all too because I think it's very vital this season. I don't think there's a lot of musicals, but there's a lot of great plays.
Yeah, so many.
There sure are. So 54 Below starts June 5th to the 16th.
Yes.
Okay, and if you want any information, go to 54below.com. And I heard you're going to be in an action thriller movie.
Right. I am. I play Jennifer Lopez's mother in. No, I do not. I'm a Cuban in it. I kind of look like this.
All right, thank you so much, Patti. A pleasure to have you here.
It's great to see you.
Love it.